Alright, my friends, I do come bearing good news. This is just kind of off the cuff. I haven't really thought about this much yet because it was just such an obvious thing to do. So, Apple, it's not artificial intelligence now. It is Apple intelligence. And this is a wonderful thing, right? I love it. Because I'm sure that Android is going to have their own fucking chat GPT fucking clone again. Yeah, Google Bard built into your stupid Android helper or whatever, your voice assistant. So, I wonder if I can speak more clearly instead of mumbling everything I say. I don't know yet. I may just be too deadpan for this. I may just mumble too much and there's just no cure for it, you know? But I will be serious for a second. So, Apple has put out their blog, right? That or they're gonna put this or Apple Intelligence into deeply ingrain it into your iOS, iPadOS, macOS devices, whatever you may have. And they say it's going to be private AI. Now, I don't know if you've heard about Apple's track record with privacy. It's not good. They fucking lie about it all the fucking time. So, yeah, that's why this is such an obvious video to make, is because yeah, it's so fucking obvious that so obviously they're not lying like Microsoft and saying that it's all being done locally. They're at least not that fucking stupid. They're saying that it's going to be done on their own servers because how the fuck are you going to run an AI locally on an iPhone? Like, what the fuck, you know? We got another like 20 years before that's possible. I don't care about this fucking MPU bullshit that they're talking about, you know? So, but yeah, so they're since okay, so what they said in their blog post is that it will be able to create images using user input or whatever. It'll have a connection across applications. Now, what that means, and what you might realize that means is anything you do in those applications has a fucking keylogger on it. And this is basically what it means. So, yeah, it'll all get sent to Apple servers, and I don't give a shit how much privacy they say it has because, again, they just lie about it. So now they're logging everything you do in your applications. I'm assuming. Technically, they cannot be doing that, but from what I'm gathering, they're basically going to put a keylogger in your system, and that's great. You know, that's wonderful. I think it's fantastic, and I think that okay. So let's should we give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not putting a keylogger on your device? One, I don't think that's possible because they've admitted to basically spyware. You know, it is the definition of fucking spyware. But yeah, I mean, I was gonna say like I was going to make an excuse and then debunk it by saying that the software is proprietary, but there is no fucking excuse. It just is spyware. Like, what do you do about that? You know, I can't even like give them any benefit of any doubt because there just is none. It is all the worst case scenario it can possibly be. And that is kind of the thing, right? That's the thing with this AI stuff is that a lot of people will talk about how it's what the fuck do people say about AI again? I don't know, whatever vapid fucking reasons they have, like it's gonna destroy art or it's gonna steal shit or it's gonna fucking copyright infringement or whatever. I don't give a shit about any of that. Fuck your copyright, fuck your intellectual property. What I do give a shit about is having a fucking keylogger installed on my system. That's not wise. That's not a good idea. You know, so and that's kind of the thing with this proprietary bullshit, you know, is because it's connecting to Apple's backend, because iOS is locked down, iPadOS, macOS, whatever the fuck you're using. You don't know what the fuck it's doing. It's a fucking black box, you know? So, like, what do you do, you know? And, once again, because AI in all of its majesty has redefined what spyware is, we're getting to the point where, just like Microsoft Recall, if you're using an iPhone, you fucking deserve it. Sorry. But what do we do when it comes to Android? Because Android obviously has its own fucking spyware. It's fucking logging everything you do. It's got targeted ads baked into it. Oh my god, like, don't even get me started on Android. So, and iPhone obviously has the same problem. So we, once again, like Recall, we're already at the point where they're stealing all your fucking data and mining the shit out of you and advertising to you based on what you say in bed. But AI is just the next step, and that's where people suddenly draw the line. And I don't know, like, what the fuck's the alternative? Get a fucking dumb phone? Like, what the fuck? I actually use features on my smartphone. Thanks very much. Despite what I say, I do kind of need a smartphone for what I do in my life. This is kind of how it works. So, do we go underground? Do we get a Linux phone? Well, they're not fucking ready yet. They don't fucking work. So what do you do? You know? And now Apple's got their AI. Google's already got an AI. That's their entire fucking keynote was about AI. Holy shit. And yeah, it's coming for us all. So what do you do? You know. And for my phone, ironically, so I'm gonna remember when everybody started putting tape on their microphone, or yeah, on their microphones and their webcams before you could get a cover for your webcam. The same people didn't put it on the front-facing camera of their phone, which was constantly recording them without their knowledge. you know. And I feel that it's the same thing about this AI shit. Everybody's drawing the line at AI. When it's AI, then suddenly it's a problem because it's this new fucking thing. We're okay with the telemetry and the spyware and all this other bullshit that we already had, but now it's AI, so now we gotta give a shit. And I feel for you. I feel for you using proprietary software. It's not something I wish on my worst enemy. And it may, I may, keyword may, be able to go so far underground that I just don't have a smartphone at all. It may be possible. I don't really know yet. I may have to. That just may be the way things go. But I don't know. It's, where do we draw the line? And Apple's admitting, hey, you can draw the line right here. We are putting we are putting a keylogger into your operating system. What are you going to do about it? And honestly, I think there's not really much you can do about it. It's just one of those things that has to happen. So I guess it's an advertisement for Linux, but they don't really have you don't really have many better options, and Android is definitely not a better option. So you're kind of screwed. That's it. Doom and gloom. Thanks. Bye.